Hi, welcome back to another SUPboarder independent review, and this time we're going to be looking at a 2016 Red Paddle Co Explorer 13.2x30. So this is the second board we've tested in the Red Paddle Co 2016 range so far. A few weeks ago we tested the 10.6 Ride, one of the most popular boards, and some bits on that video that I might ask you to refer to if you want to know more about certain things that I might not really talk about so much in depth in this video. So Red Paddle Co, one of the biggest iSUP brands in the world. Started making iSUPs in 2008. They very much are still up there making the best iSUPs in the world to date and up there with big players, as you may know. This board is a brand new, totally different board, totally different shape, never been done before for Red Paddle Co. So we're moving to the specifications for this board. 13'2" long, 30 inches wide, 150mm thick, 370 litres in volume. This one we've weighed at, it comes in at 12.5 kilograms. Has a recommended PSI pressure of 15 to 25 PSI, which this one's pumped up to 20, and the retail price is $949. So the materials this board is made out of: drop stitch, as all iSUPs are. This is where this is made out of their new drop stitch technology, their MSL technology. It's the monocoque fusion laminate. Go on to the 10.6 video, I've gone in a bit more depth about that. But it's just as strong and it's much lighter than last year's, so that's what they're doing in all their board range this year. It comes with the standard Red Paddle Co backpack that you've seen in other videos. Super duper backpack, nice heavy duty backpack straps, waist mounted clips to keep the backpack nice and sturdy, nicely padded, wheelie casing and everything. So that was a great backpack, and comes with the super duper Titan pump. Have a look at the other videos if you want to. I'll talk a bit more depth about the pump, but another great pump. So pump and bag is standard. Who is this board aimed for? Okay, this is basically a pure and out exploring or touring board. You could use it for just going paddling down the river and stuff like that, but it really does lend itself to having to putting weight on it and that sort of stuff because of all the tie down points and everything. So it really is an exploring touring board that you want to get out and go places. So our first impressions are, straight away you'll notice this is a very different board than 2015 and 14 Red Paddle Co Explorer. That Explorer was a 12.6x32, to be honest a little bit slower, a lot heavier. It was the first sort of generation of the iSUP Red Paddle Co Exploring board, but this has come on quite a long way in refinement, weight and finish. A lot more things for the user, so you've got way more tie down points, a lot bigger tie down points, so you can get a lot more weight on there, a lot more volume of weight on there, so you can actually go somewhere for a decent length of time. I mean, you could probably even go do a week, 2-week trip easily on this sort of size board with these amount of tie downs. Nice to see, nice handles everywhere, because you know when you're portaging, when you're getting out, maybe you're going over weirs, if you're going sea crossings, up cliffs, you need to be able to get your handles on those handholds and get up the board, get the board out of the water as easy as possible and launch the board as easy as possible. So really good comfy hand points everywhere. Really nice handy one at the tail, predominantly because when you've got your kit laid up really heavy on the back, let's say you put it on the beach or in the shallows, you've got your kit on there, then your fin's basically on the bottom, so it's really, you end up dragging your fin out through the sand or on the rocks. Having the handle at the back there, lift it up, slide it in the water, really good move. Simple thing makes a massive difference. Tie downs at the back, obviously. Grippy little pads here to stop your kit from sliding around, which is neat, because I have had it where you put it on, especially on the PVC, your bags start to slip around. So these are really handy to have, these little grippy pads at the back there underneath your dry bags you can put on. I think Red Paddle could do their own sort of dry bag range thing, but we just, you know, I just use standard dry bags, it's fine. You could probably, the attachments, you could do anything with this. Bungees, you can even change them to rope, you could put a netted over the top, you can pretty much go nuts. They're all attached with the nice stainless fittings that are on the other boards as well. So these are black, all stuck on nice and neat. This is a print, and the deck pads really nice, good under your feet, and the graphics are quite cool. And yeah, so it's a nice comfy deck pad and stuff like that. So the top of the board and the finish of the board is A1 perfect, and really nice under your feet when you're paddling it. This one, opposed to the last 2 years, this has got an RSS batten. So the RSS batten obviously is a stiffening rod that goes down the side of the board, does make this board a lot stiffer. Being 150mm thick in thickness, which is a 6-inch board, it's the thicker iSUP board you get, and with the RSS batten, this came out on a deflection test with only 11mm drop, which is nothing really. So that's a really good stiff board. And also you can see when we're paddling it, we took it paddling and we had 2 bags of about 7 kg really. I was going to say 5 to 10, but about 7 kg in each bag. And the board sits really nicely on the water and paddles just the same. It doesn't really have an effect that actually there's weight in the bag. So you could probably put up there, I'd be quite happy to put sort of 15, 20 kg at least in both bags, and it would quite comfortably take it. Obviously it depends how heavy you are yourself. But yeah, so you can take a lot of weight and go down and do a lot of exploration with a lot of kit that you need to carry, which is great. Turn the board over. Still got water on it when we've been out. It comes, as the last 2 years the Explorers did, they had like some tail runners here that go at the back, and they had a nose runner there. They say it adds stability in chop and cross-jaw chop. I don't know if I notice it massively. It's there. I haven't used one without it, so unsure. But the good thing about these is if you're doing some really shallow rivers, obviously safely, you know, leashes and all the correct kit and stuff like that. But if you're doing some really shallow rivers in your fins, you know, it's that deep, you can actually take that out. And between this and actually, you'll actually have enough drag to keep your tail up river as you're going down river. So actually that does, you can actually ride without a fin, and these 3 boxes here actually does make a difference if you understand what I mean, using the drag of these 3 items here. So that works really well actually. I don't think they've intended it as that, but that actually does work really well. Green colour underneath, quite a nice finish. Stop you getting grass stains when you pull it up the bank. And other than that, it's got the same red Paddleco high finish that we've seen on a few boards so far, so they've been doing well. Printed on, red logo at the front. Nice information around the valve pressure cylinder there. So the question you're probably wondering is, if you've got a 12.6 Explorer, or you're thinking between the 12.6 and the 13.2, which one would you go for? Personally, I think this has a lot more need than the 12.6. The 12.6 is by 32, it's a bit slower to paddle, it's a bit wider obviously because it's going to produce more drag. This is a winner. I would pick this board every time, unless maybe you're a bigger, wider person, you're really worried about the stability. But for general paddling ease, this board is a winner if you wanted to do some distances and go places with your kit. So negatives or downsides to the 2016 Red Paddleco Explorer 13.2. Can't seem to find any, because exploring and touring is a very personal thing. Somebody might say, oh, I want something a bit thinner because I want to do a bit more get a bit more distance. But I think it fits in a really good category of board that has been missing of this width, 30 wide. So can't see negatives, to be honest. Finish is really good, board looks good, and it paddles well. Value for money is the 2016 Red Paddleco 13'2" value for money. It retails at $949. It's a very good price point. There are some slightly more expensive boards, and there are probably some slightly cheaper boards you can find on the market. But it's a very competitive, good price board of a good product. And the reason to say good product is because if you're going SUP touring, you've got to do your research and get a good product, especially if you're going off and doing some offshore stuff. Just do your research, find out, go on reviews like this and see what people think of it. But yes, at $949, it's very good value for money. The SUPboarder verdict for 2016 Red Paddleco Explorer 13.2. This is a really nice board that actually I'd be happy to go places on. I'd be happy to take some kit on, load it up, and actually go away for a week, 2 weeks easily. Drive down to the south of France and do a proper board trip. I think Red have really thought about this one. It's nice to have a bit more thin in the length than the old one. Lots of glide. A really nice board that if you're into exploring and touring, you've got to have a go on. I hope you found this SUPboarder board review interesting and informative. Please stay up to date with us on our website and subscribe on our YouTube channel.